I think it's important to like keep in our mind where marketing stops and sales begins. So the prospect pathway is essentially like when somebody becomes a lead, when someone downloads a book, when someone puts an inquiry through our website, when someone books a call, like what is that journey that we're ultimately trying to take them on? And so we're trying to take them from low risk to high risk, but we're not trying to do that in one conversation. So these are the kind of stages that we ultimately want to take people through. And so your irresistible offer literally has one job, and that is to generate conversations, right? You just want more people raising their hand and saying, hey, I want to talk to you. So the idea here with this prospect pathway is that we want to continually be progressing a sales. If you imagine that you've got, this is like a pipeline basically, and you've got people entering this all the time through conversations on LinkedIn, through downloading your stuff, you've got people registering some kind of interest. Your job really is to continually be progressing people through. So imagine it a little bit like a river. When it's flowing, it's good, but when it stops, what happens to water when it stops for too long? Yeah, it becomes stagnant, right? And it smells, and no one wants to jump in it. So think about that, think about your business pipeline, and think about this whole process like that. If you aren't moving people through, then things are like, when your pipeline becomes stagnant, your cash flow eventually becomes stagnant. Your pipeline is just a lead metric for the money in your bank account. So I want you to kind of visualize this when you're thinking about marketing and sales. Just visualize, like, where are people in this journey? How many people took my irresistible offer this month or this week? How many of those people did we then qualify? So the qualifying part, and I'm going to get you to all think about this in a minute, is how do I decide which people to progress down the prospect pathway, and how do I decide which people to keep in my kind of marketing funnel, shall we call it? Because we don't want to let everybody in. I want you to think about your business as a little bit like an exclusive nightclub, and you are the bouncer. So we want to have a red rope. We want to have a criteria for people, and we want to base that on the people that we can get the best results with the fastest. They're the people that we want to let into our club. Who can we actually get results for? So I'm going to get you in a minute to think about what criteria do you need in order to decide who's coming into the club. Once we qualify them, we've got a logical next step. And that's a little bit like buying one drink at the bar. That's something where someone's parting with some money and some time and some energy, but it doesn't feel like a huge risk. We're just gonna have one drink, we're gonna see what it's like in here. If it's rubbish, we can leave. If it's great, we'll stay and buy more drinks. So that's what your logical next step is designed to do. And so the sales call, the framework that we're going to be running through today where it goes deep is, you can go from qualified, like someone might come in and they're like 10 out of 10, like, oh, a celebrity comes to your club, you just let them straight in, you get them up into the VIP room, you want to sell them, get up there, right? We can go straight from qualified to sales call. But if there's a little bit of uncertainty, or if it feels like, well, this is new, literally we sent a couple of messages on LinkedIn, now we're having a call, they're probably not going to all of a sudden part with 30 to 50 grand. They might, but it might be easier to do something first where they get a taste of what it's like to work with you, so that you build that trust, you demonstrate that value, and then when it comes to your core offer, it's a pretty easy decision for them.